A few months ago, my neighbor Mrs. Aldridge, an 80-something widow, told me about her late husband's favorite plant, a massive fern he'd raised from a tiny sprout. It sat proudly in her garden, and she cared for it like a piece of him still lived there. Last week, a freak storm hit our area. By the time it passed, her yard was in shambles, and the fern had toppled over, roots exposed. I could see her through the window, wiping tears as she stared at the wreckage. I knew I had to do something. At midnight, armed with a flashlight and every gardening tool I owned, I snuck into her yard. The wind was freezing, and I nearly tripped on some debris, but I managed to replant the fern, packing the soil tightly around it. I even staked it down for extra support. The next morning, I heard her gasp. From my window, I saw her standing by the fern, her hands covering her mouth. Later, she knocked on my door with cookies and tears in her eyes. She never asked if it was me, but every time I pass her house, she waves and smiles like we share a little secret.